Hi everyone, this is Evelyn. I'm a Salesforce certified Pardot consultant. Today we're going to be talking about the Engagement Studio in Pardot. Engagement Studio is a robust lead nurturing tool that you can adapt to your needs. The nurturing programs you create with Engagement Studio consist of conditional steps that define the prospect journey. You choose which recipient lists you want to use for a program, build your program according to your marketing plan, and then let Engagement Studio do the heavy lifting for you. To navigate to Engagement Studio, you will go to the Automations tab, and then Engagement Studio. So let's get started. I'm going to start from scratch in this case, but if you have an existing program, you can always copy one from right here. But for this example, I'll create a new one. So hit Add Engagement Program. First thing first, we are going to name the program. Again, you have the option to categorize almost every asset within Pardot under folder. So if you want to choose your folder here, you can do so. You can add a description for internal use as well, something that will tell you maybe the goal or the objective of the program. Here you would select your recipient list. So this is everyone who will receive the emails within the program. My suggestion is to use dynamic lists for the majority of your engagement programs, but you can add static lists as well, and you can add more than one. Just on the opposite, you can add suppression lists, so this will keep anyone from entering your program. Same thing, you can have multiple suppression lists. By default, engagement programs are set to run on business days only and during business hours within your time zone. You can customize the settings if you are building a program, say for EMEA prospects. And here's an important thing to note. By default, all prospects will only enter an engagement program once. So even if they meet the criteria in the recipient list more than once, they will not be re-entered the program unless you check the box. Beware that after you check the box and start a repeatable program, you cannot change it back to a one-time program. Okay, let's click Save. Let's start building the program elements. For the most part, you are going to start with an action, such as an email sent to get prospects into the program. So let's select Send Email. Select an email template. So you can choose the timing. You can decide to send the email immediately, or you can wait for a certain number of days, or you can send it on a specific date. In this case, let's select immediately. Click Save. For the next step, you can listen for a trigger. Triggers help you define different paths based on prospect actions. Let's say I have an email I sent. I would like to have a specific action go out to people who click on the call to action link in the email. So email link click is my trigger. Let's select a specific link. Select one of the call to action links. You can wait up to a maximum of, say, 3 days. That means if my prospects click on the link on day 1, they are automatically going to move along on the yes path immediately. If they don't click it until the end of the day 3, they are moved to the no path. If you select wait for 3 days, the prospect who click on the link on day 1 will be sent down the yes path when the entire wait time of 3 days passed. Please avoid a 0-day wait. To make sure that prospects have time to interact with your assets, allow a wait period of at least 1 day. Let's use up to in this case. Click Save. Okay, so you can see we've created our first decision tree here. You have your yes and your no paths. Say I want something to happen to people who click on the call to action. We can add an action here. For example, we can notify assigned user immediately. Click Save. And we can possibly add a rule to design criteria-based paths for prospects. For example, for those people who click on the call to action and if they have a Pardot score greater than 50, we would like to create a Salesforce task to follow up. So let's select Role. Select Score is greater than 50. Keep immediately here, click Save. Then add an action. Create Salesforce task. Put in a subject. Assign the Salesforce task to assigned user. Set priority, status, we can say due 2 days from today, reminder 3 days from today, and put in any comments that you would like. Click Save. So this covers all the basic elements in the Engagement Studio. There's a lot of tips and tricks to optimize your engagement programs. I would recommend you set a reminder to check your Engagement Studio reports regularly, and don't be afraid to make small adjustments to your program over time, as constant improvement is key to your long-term success. One more tip here. Sometimes you don't have the complete marketing plan for an engagement program at the very beginning, and you may want to add a new step to the program that was previously running. You may find that prospects skip the newly added step. And if the prospect has reached the end step of the program, they will not be able to pass through any steps added directly before the end step. Since prospects cannot go backwards, they will remain in the end step, having missed the newly added steps. So if you may plan to add more steps here to optimize the program, a trick is to add a pause step here using the Apply Tags action. Click Action. Apply tags. Put in pause. This is what's important. Select Wait. You can put in a crazily long wait time. For example, 365 days. Click Save. So this Apply Tags action will be served as a pause step. Once again, please don't forget to check your programs regularly and make adjustments to optimize your engagement programs. Thank you very much for joining me. This is all about Pardot Engagement Studio. Please feel free to check out my other how-to videos on Pardot features.